Hello, welcome back to another episode of Chat Over Egg. Today I have Dr. Jolynn together with me.
Sometimes we get too hyper-focused on our weaknesses, and it really pulls down on our confidence level and self-esteem.
Yeah. I think this one is also one of the topics most of the people always like to talk about recently for the past few years. You know, MBTI.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, what is the term?
thank you so much for asking. So, MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI. So, it's actually a personality test developed by mother and daughter.
What is the difference like this DISC also? Is it a different thing?
Okay, the cool part, right? You will find that most of the personality tests is actually almost similar. It's actually really similar. Because they all come from the same father, Carl Jung, and one of the father of psychology, personality development, and all that. MBTI and DISC are different. MBTI measures personality. DISC measures the behavior. I give you an example. So, Angelina's personality is an introvert. Okay, so we can say that she's I, introvert in MBTI. But in DISC, her DISC could be I or D, influential. I. So I is a behavior. So her personality can be an introvert, but her behavior, she's speaking out right now. So that's influential. So those are different things. Yeah. One measures personality, one measures behavior.
Yeah, from the last time, I think I did the analysis, test together with Dr. Jolynn. So she also explained to me what is my, current and latest MBTI, which is ISFJ. Yeah. Maybe you can talk about, what does it mean for my ISFJ?
ISFJ.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so ISFJ. So I means introvert. When you talk about being an introvert, it doesn't mean someone is quiet. It's just that they draw energy from inside, from reflection, introspection, analysis.
We recover energy from inside.
Yes, you need to be quiet. Yeah. So for example, if during NCO, you totally love it, you know you're an introvert. If, let's say for example, for extroverts, if you really hated NCO, you really feel like you want to burst through the door, you really feel very understimulated. For extroverts, they gain energy from interacting with their surroundings. So for Angeline, she's more introverted. She needs more time on her own to reflect and this and that. If she can do whole day of events, but she feels very exhausted.
It's real. Like for example, like today I have a video shoot, right? This video shoot takes up me a lot of energy. So after this, right, I'm going to take a rest. The rest of the day maybe, no lah. But just that today my schedule, I will need to purposely plan ahead that don't make it so packed to keep myself, balanced, and also don't overstretch myself, because it's a very big thing to me, to shoot a video, to attend event with people. So I need some time off, chill a bit to recover my energy. Yeah.
That's actually really true. It's so important to know your personality. For example, if you know that you are an introvert, you really need to plan your schedule properly, not to make your schedule really full, say yes to everything, because you need that time to recover, and you're at your best when you have that time to recover. If you're an extrovert, you know that you cannot be by yourself alone too often, because you need to draw energy from people around you. So although Angeline here may feel a little bit drained after this video, but I think I feel very pumped up because I'm actually an extrovert. So I draw energy from my environment. And moving on, we have the S and N. So S means that they are very sensitive to their environment.
Observant, is it?
Yes. We call the second one, this SN, how they get information. So as they get information from their surroundings using their 5 senses, sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing. But N people, they get their information from using their so-called sixth sense. So what it means is that, let's say for example, you see the chili over here. If you ask a S person, where's the chili? She said, here, I saw it here, because her eyes saw it here. If you ask N person, I don't know, I feel it's somewhere around here. And
Not through their eyesight, but through their feelings.
something like that. So let's say, like for example, let's say chili. If you ask a sensing person to describe chili, okay, it's red, it looks very red, it's watery, it looks very spicy, they will tell you as it is. But N will tell you that, oh, this chili, if I mix with a chicken, it will be very nice. Or this chili reminds me of my grandma used to make. Yeah. So N see what it could be or would have been. S see things as it is.
Straightforward.
Yes. So S are more present oriented, N are more future oriented. So Jolynn is obviously S. She's very present. Yeah, she's very present. She's very focused at the task at hand. She's very good physically.
Very straightforward.
Yeah. Other than that, we have F and T. So F means feelings and T means thinking. And F doesn't mean that emotional. People always mistaken that, I'm very emotional. Or people think that T is very logical, heartless. It's actually not true. T and F represents how we make our decisions. So let's say for example, F make decisions through values and principles. T make decisions based on logic and facts.
Values and principle.
Yeah, values and principle.
So feelings. Even though the F stand for feelings, but they not make decision based on feeling, but instead it's more emotional kind of decision, which is based on their value and also principle.
Correct. Let's say for example, giving additional service to a customer. Someone with feeling will give the additional service to the customer because it's their principle. Like, I want to give the best to my customer. But a thinking person will think that in a more logical way. If I give this extra to the customer will be happy and refer more people. Yeah, so one based on value, one based on logic. Yeah.
First.
So the last one is J and P. So J stands for judging and P stands for perceiving. So judging means that, no, doesn't mean judgmental. J people are usually very punctual, Jolynn. They're very structured, they're very organized. They don't mind routine. But P people, they prefer flexibility. They don't really like to plan. Sometimes might be late, sometimes a little bit messy, but they're very flexible and adaptable. So there we have it, the ISFJ. These are like one by ones, but if you put it together, you will see strengths and also areas of improvement.
Meaning that all this personality, right, it doesn't define 100% of who we are, but we can still improve and adjust, right? Like, I'm I, but I remember my test was like, I'm I, but I have also developed other personality based on the situation. Not the core personality, but like a developed personality.
Yes, that's actually very true. When we don't just normally take one test, we will take a few tests. And we don't, let's say if we were to do it properly and professionally, we don't just take one test. And we don't say that, oh, you are this, means you are like this. We need to ask, like, why you answer like this, why your score is like this. As if, for example, maybe Jolynn is feeling very hyper, very happy. Then she answered, yeah, I'm extrovert, I love events, but maybe it's just that moment. So that's why we have to use a few tests. So for her, we did MBTI. I think we also did Holland as well.
Yeah, and the riser.
We did Holland as well, which is amazing. Why I find it amazing? Because typically for ISFJ, they are very back-end people normally. They are back-end people, like the support from the back-end, very kind, very supportive, don't like the spotlight. But when
True. I don't like spotlight. But doing this is because I'm trying to do something different, and because of my current role and also position, I have to develop, improve some of these requirements. That's why I'm doing this.
See, that's F. She's making a decision based on her values and principle. As a leader, I need to show myself in front. I need to be an example. I need to be growth-oriented and a role model. So that comes from our values and principle. First is very special because SEA, social, entrepreneurship, and artistic, it normally describes someone who's very fancy, very colorful, very loud. But what's amazing is that when you put these two together, normally people in media or creative and industry, they are very over the board, very fancy, very sometimes irresponsible, late, not very detailed. But because of Jolynn, right, she has ISFJ, she's detailed, structured, organized, and punctual. And in this industry, it suits her very well. It suits her very well. And I believe that this is one of the traits that will make her stand out in the industry. Similar to, let's say, for example, my industry, I'm a public speaking academy. So public speakers normally were very loud, very creative, but there are some parts lacking. For example, being organized or being detailed. So if a public speaker is organized and detailed, they actually rise above the usual population and stereotype of public speaker.
Actually, that's a lot of things still can, explore and talk about regarding this topic, right?
Yeah.
A lot to learn and improve.